Shalawam, 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 Israel.
Shalawam. Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Shar Shabbat,
Shalawam.
man. Shar Shabbat. Day of rest finally here, man. All praise to the Most High. Uh, Waiting on one more person to come in, but until then, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Yahshua gonna be bringing out today's lesson, so I'll let him go ahead and kick it off. You can go ahead, King.
Shalawam, shalawam. Giving all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh. And my name is Son, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, the King of Israel. And today's lesson, we about to just get into it. It's called Into the Hearts of Defiled Men. And the reason why we're bringing this lesson out, hold on. Salakia. The reason why I'm pulling this lesson out today because we never know what goes through a man's mind half of the time. I mean, it could be because of, spirits out here or what he's going through, or it's just his ways. So with that being said, let's see what defiles a man from the inside. I know what I'm saying, it's hard it can be the inside of his mind. Let's jump to book of Matthew chapter 15 and start verse 18.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 18. But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. Out of the mouth, or out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murderers, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies, murderers, adulteries. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashen hands defileth not a man.
Hey, Salaki. Hey, who got the class on? Somebody got the class on in their background.
Oh, hold on.
Hey, Salaki. Hey.
That was my fault. All right, read.
Want me to reread it over?
Yeah, we read over.
Well, you want to what verse?
So 20.
Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, starting at verse 17. Do not yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the drought. But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashen hands defileth not a man.
Your house shop was getting on those that was talking about, you know what I'm saying, because they didn't wash their hands before they ate anything. But that not washing your hands before you eat anything doesn't defile you. I mean, of course, it is good to wash your hands before you eat anything because you already touched on a lot of stuff. But the things that's named down here, the evil thoughts, I mean, you know what I'm saying, the murders, the adulteries, the fornications, the thefts, false witnessing, which is also lying on other people, and the blasphemies, that's what's going to defile you. That's what's going to make you unclean. So basically, this is the things what man deals with every single day. And some people done got locked up for these things or ended up dead because of this. So basically, every day, this is what we got to avoid. And yeah, I don't get me wrong. Now, sometimes controlling the mind can be hard. It can be hard. But through your house side, who strengthens us, we can overcome that. So now we're going to start off with the evil thoughts. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6, verse 5.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, starting at verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
And you know what? I just even before the beginning of time. I guess this was after Adam and Eve. Man start off good, and as you know, I guess they start getting more wicked and wickeder and wickeder. Their thoughts, you know what I'm saying, was so evil. The Most High just got fed up with it. But basically, we've been doing evil thoughts. It ain't nothing new. We've been doing this even before then. And yeah, we struggle with it because I know people get. I mean, like I said, people get on our nerves every single day. People gonna make us mad. And the only thing you can think of is just doing something really messed up to this person. But you gotta always keep a calm head at all times. You can't let Satan or you can't let things as well get the best of you. Just like you did to this one person. Let's go to Genesis, go to the same book, but 27 verse 37.
This is the book of Genesis. Hold on, you said 27 verse 37?
Right.
All right, Con. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?
All right there. This was after Esau went out hunting for his father so he can get the blessing. But we all know from the beginning that wasn't supposed to have went like that. It's supposed to be the elder serving the younger. So what happened was Jacob went on ahead and pretended like he was Esau. So read.
Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
All right there. Because Esau had took that blessing. I mean, not Esau, but Jacob had took that blessing when he was pretending to be Esau. He made him like to rule over the earth. Read.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau.
Slacking. All right there. You see the evil thought that came to Esau's mind? Because he hated Jacob for taking his blessing. So he said, you know what? My father about to pass away soon, so now I'm about to kill Jacob. All because he took a blessing from him. But we all read the scripture. That's how it's supposed to have went. The Most High said the elders go serve the younger. So I don't know why Esau got mad for me. This is just how the way it's supposed to have went. But at the same time, I mean, y'all can say that, you had something took from you that you supposed to have gotten. Did y'all get mad or did y'all get upset? Did y'all think about doing something evil to your sibling? Things happen that way. It was not in your plans, but it was in the Most High's plan to have to give to whoever who He gives it to, a blessing onto. And that's why we gotta be careful of how we think. And because of this thought too, Esau carried this hatred on to his brother forever. And we notice, so we see that in today's time. Even before then, when they wouldn't let us even pass through that land in the book of Exodus. But show how bad they really hated us. He died with that hatred and it went right through his children. And they hated us. Anybody got anything want to add on to that?
Nah, you good. Just trying to follow where you going.
Nah, you good, King.
Let's go to Proverbs 15, verse 26.
You said Proverbs 15?
Yeah, Proverbs 15, verse 26.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord.
Right there. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord. Why? Because they consistently think of evil things all day. Not caring, not have no control of their thoughts. And if a man's thoughts makes his thoughts an abomination, that makes that man an abomination. And we all know how the most fearful about an abomination, don't we? Nothing good's gonna come out of it unless he's willing to change. So basically, this is where we gotta learn how to control our thoughts. So Isaiah 59, verse 7.
You want me to finish it out? I didn't finish it out.
Oh, yeah, finish it out.
I'm going to start at to the top with it. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, starting at verse 26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words.
All right. All right, let's go to Isaiah 59, verse 7.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths.
All right there. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. And if you ask me, this is like Esau all day. All thing he thinks of is destroying all the time. Always having wicked thoughts, especially towards us. This man wants us off really wiped off the earth. Wants us completely gone. So we already know Esau's thoughts towards us is always like, he feels like, to him, we ain't even worth the bottom of his shoe. So I said, man, we just gotta be careful what we think about. And all they want to do is shed blood all day. They just want to just kill. Especially if they ain't getting their way. Or even worse, their money.
Hey, can I let me get something out of there in that chapter.
Go ahead.
Let me get 58, starting at verse 4.
58 verse 4.
Start at verse 3. Because I want to go into the way, because I'm definitely following where you're going, and seeing when you're going, it opens up the door. Why a lot of times when we have these thoughts in our minds, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not putting in that work to get rid of those thoughts. So these are the things that when you're not like trying to fight those thoughts, this is what we be doing when we are in our thoughts. Because sometimes in your thoughts will also come out to the reality, to the person, or to whatever it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So these are kind of things that we don't do. And this is how we be doing it when we're not removing those thoughts of our mind. Start at verse 3.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 3. Why have we fasted? They say,
Hey, my bad, brother. I already know how your book is. You gotta probably you get the KJV so everybody can follow along with you. What you got.
hold on, let me use this right quick.
I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'll do it, but all right.
Kyle, you go ahead, King. You go ahead. I can stay on mute. That's cool.
All right, Con. The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted? Say they, and thou seest not.
Because
Wherefore have
right there, when it says, "Wherefore have we fasted?" Say they, and thou seest not. Like, no, you have not fasted, because a lot of times your evil thoughts is all within yourself, and sometimes we can't let go of ourselves because we're not fasting. Right? Go ahead.
wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast you find pleasure, and exact all your labors.
These are kind of fasts we doing. When you don't fast, this is your fast, playing in your mind, having those evil thoughts in your mind constantly rolling, because you're not doing the spiritual fast. You're fasting within your flesh, meaning not fasting at all, not praying at all, not even trying to fix the situation at all. Right? Keep going.
Verse 4. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate.
Because when you got a problem with a person, or you got a problem with a situation, you ain't thinking about fasting. You want to argue and debate about the situation, right? And then you're ready to fight. Go ahead. It's gonna say it in the next one. Go ahead.
And to smite with the fist of wickedness.
Now you want to fight because your thoughts, you got so much bagged up thoughts that you never pull a brother aside. You ever pull a sister aside? You ever had a conversation with the brother, the sister, say, "Hey, I got an art with you," or "I got a situation with you," but you hold these things in. Then all of a sudden, you in a strife, you in a debate, and now you in smiting with your fists. And now this is with your fast. This is how you proving your fast. You're not fasting at all. You're allowing your flesh to take over. That's your fast. Go ahead.
Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high.
Keep going.
Verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen?
Did God tell you to keep your thoughts in your mind, your evil thoughts in your mind? Or did he say, cast your cares to me? And did he also say, we have to pray daily? Did he also say that we have to that we have to fast often? You know, didn't he say that we supposed to have holy convocations often? When you're not doing this, this is your fast. God rejects that thing. That's why you can't get rid of those evil thoughts. Go ahead.
A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord?
Verse 6.
Verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness,
So
to
when you
undo.
do the way the Most High tell you to do that, to have a holy convocation, to pray often, to fast daily. You're not fast daily, but fast often. You know what I'm saying? Have a holy convocations. This is the fast the Most High said that will loose those bands. So there was a loose your thoughts because you're in bondage in your own mind. You know what I'm saying? Being in that bondage in your own mind represents that you are paranoid of things that's not even really happening to you. Because you're thinking and have that spiritual assumption on your mind to the point where you believe he, she, or whoever around you is against you. Because you're not clear in your thoughts. Go ahead.
To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke.
So that's where we got to be at, man. We got to break that yoke. We got to break every yoke. We got to break those bands. We got to break those thoughts. Because once we do that, man, we become more loving to one another. That's where Israel is supposed to be. That's the true love. And that's all I got right there.
That's a mighty gem drop, bro. Mighty gem. But that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said we gotta pray without ceasing. And at times we feel like we about to get down fast. Congregate. Talk to somebody about it. But the more you hold it in, the more damage it's gonna do you. Let's go to Matthew chapter 9, verse 4.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 9 and verse 4. When Yahushua, knowing their thoughts, said, wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? For whether is easier to say, thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, arise and walk? But that ye may know that the Son of Man have power on earth to forgive sins.
Hold it right there. All because Yahushua had healed the man, and on the Sabbath day, they feel like hold on, man. And then they feel like, hold on, man, this dude over here, I'm slacking. They got mad at Yahushua for healing somebody. And saying that, oh, he, you know what I'm saying? Then he said that he got the power to forgive sins. They got mad at him for that. So now they're thinking like, okay, now they thinking evil thoughts on him. Like, who's this? I mean, who's this person thinking that he can just come? Like he's the son of the Most High God. Think he can just do this and do that without no consequences. But he did nothing wrong. And see, our people, man, they hate to see us do something right, and then they want to think all types of evil against you, thinking you doing something wrong, but it's still that's doing something wrong. And y'all saying did nothing wrong. All he did was just heal somebody and told him that his sins was forgiven. Didn't it say that the Most High gave him all power and all authority to do these things? But back then they didn't believe it. And I don't see how. But they should have known that he was coming. I said our people had wicked thoughts towards people that do good. To me, that seems like to me like a sense of jealousy or something. Let's go to Psalms 56, verse 5.
Hey, Salakia family, can I say something on that, King?
Go ahead. I didn't know he's on here.
Hey, Shalawam, how about Shemi Shabrakata, Salakia?
Shalawam.
Hey, you are 100% correct, King. Now, when it comes to that moment right there, man, they used that very same act Yahweh did, and they said that was blasphemy. Because I think it's verse 6, when you read that, it says only God can forgive sins. Like they actually looked at him like, who is you to forgive sins? And they used that against him. And it's the exact same thing. Not to say we out here saying, yo, we forgiving sins out here. Nah, man, we out here telling everybody, yo, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of Jesus Christ, yo, this is how your sins are forgiven. The same thing with the Acts of the Apostles, right? The exact same thing. And yo, we out here getting stoned, pretty much stoned spiritually for the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we out here telling our people like, yo, through Yahweh Shai, your sins are forgiven. And they saying blasphemy, you can't keep the law, statutes, commandments. That's blasphemy. You just gotta have faith in Christ. No, you gotta couple that with the keeping the commandments. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanna touch on that as well.
Salakia. Let me add let's go to Amos. Amos chapter 5. If you ain't got that, King. Amos chapter 5.
I ain't got it.
What
Uh,
Bring it
verse?
out. Bring it out.
we starting at verse. Hold on, let me get there. Ain't even there yet. We're gonna start at verse number. Let's start at verse 10.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
All right, see, that's why Yahweh Shai had the look. It was already written. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what our brothers was bringing out. It was already written. You know what I'm saying? They hated all of the prophets of old that did that. You know what I'm saying? They hated Amos, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. They definitely hated Nehemiah. You know what I'm saying? Nehemiah used to put hands on people. You know, so this was already written, right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. For as much therefore as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burden of wheat, ye have built houses of hewn stone, but ye shall not dwell in them. Ye have planted pleasant vineyards, but ye shall not drink wine of them.
All right, because we didn't want to hearken into that voice. This is what happened, right? These are literally the curses of Deuteronomy 28. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to take that rebuke, right? Because they hated Moses. Why? Because they didn't do the things that Moses told them to do, that the Most High commanded him to tell the people. You know what I'm saying? So they then therefore, according to what's written in First John, right? How do you love your people? You keep the commandments, right? So when you're not keeping the commandments, you're showing that you hate your people. You're showing that you hate Christ. You're showing that you hate Yahweh. You know, go ahead.
But ye shall not drink wine of them. Verse 12. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their right. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Seek good,
Do what?
speak good,
Go ahead.
and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord, the God of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken.
All right, and I'm gonna just land there. You know, this is the ultimately why the brother is bringing out this lesson, right? Because if you literally going off about what your mind is telling you to do, if it don't line up with the scriptures, then you shouldn't be seeking that. You should be seeking good and not the evil. You know what I'm saying? If the scriptures is telling you you want this pulled pork chop sandwich, but the Most High told you, hey, you ain't don't touch the swine, then hey, leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? You can't go off of what the pastor is telling you that God made all of the meat clean when he never gave clearance to pork, right? To Porky the pig. He never gave clearance to him. So you can't touch it. So if it's not your thoughts are not lining up with the scripture, this is how you know you out of way. All right, not laying there.
Come. Mighty gems, brothers. Mighty gems. Let's go to James chapter 2, verse 1. Start right there.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, starting at verse 1. My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Yahweh Amashiach, Amashiach Yahweh, the Lord of glory, with respect of persons. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts?
All right, hold it right there. And you know what? A lot of people say, a lot of people really say they're guilty on this. Like for example, with school. You got the kid that always dressing fresh, got the fresh J's, the you know what I'm saying, the Cartier buffs back then, or the Jabot jeans, the Pelly Pales and all that stuff. And you got this other kid that comes in there, he ain't got the best shoe, he got on Pro Wings, whatever. And got on a pair of Levi's, some unnamed brand clothes, and people just looking down on them. They look down on there and try to talk about them. But then the one that got the good clothing and the good shoes, they, you know what I'm saying, they oh yeah, he cool, man. You know, they look up to him. So basically, you know what I'm saying, what this saying is that's being evil, because you gonna have evil thought towards the man that don't have nothing. If anything, you should be looking at them both alike, because for one, they both the same. I mean, we like the same people. Come on, man. It don't give you no right to sit there and look down on another person. And what this is also going into, like later on down, people get this scripture mixed up, saying that, oh, the Lord, this saying that the Lord's done away with, when it's not. We can't be partial amongst our people, and we can't be partial on the laws. We can't have no respect of people, and we can't have no respect unto one law to another. And see, when you do that, that means you're being a judge even. That means you're showing favoritism toward one person and not towards another. So what do you think the Most High gonna do to you in the day of judgment? Just like the story with Lazarus and the king that was rich. The king that was rich was treating him like a dog. But then when they both passed away, one went to a hellish place, and the other one went to the good place where Abraham was at. And we see how that worked out, didn't we? But I said, man, we gotta be careful, man. We can't be thinking of somebody that's less than another because he ain't got good clothing and he ain't got it made. Because guess what? We all got the same worth, and we all going to the same place.
Hey, can I add something on that, Yahshua?
Go ahead.
Hey, somebody give me that, the same verses. I want to add more into that, man. That's a definitely good way to look at it.
All right, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start read. Oh, you want to read, or the Bible you gonna read?
Yeah, let the bot get it in. Let you, because he's bringing out the lesson.
So 2, you starting at verse 2, right?
Yeah, he stopped at verse 4. Okay, come on.
Okay. All right. It's the book of James, chapter 2, verse 2. For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool? Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts?
Right. So think about this, man. When we out there street teaching, right? A lot of Christians ain't looking at us like that. Because for one, we don't got the gold ring on. You know what I'm saying? We not shining that pinky ring off. We're not showing that Rolex off when we out there street teaching. So when what we got on what they consider poor women. Them strings on your shirt. You know what I'm saying? We look like homeless bums or people off work that ain't got a job that's sitting out teaching the word of God. We ain't in no laced up suit. And a dead man suit, that's what they see, a dead man suit with a man out there on the pulpit that's taking everybody money, and they don't see, they see a so-called seminary degree, that this man got some type of so-called degree, and when you see us on the corners, we like stupid people. So a lot of Christians don't look at us as we dress apart to say the word, to speak the word of God.
Hey,
They
Salaki,
look
I just want to add in. They also call us Power Rangers with the garments on.
right, exactly. We got costumes on, like we walking around every day in Halloween outfits. You know what I'm saying? So they don't take us serious. It's fine though, because the word of God has no dress code to make you who you are. If you, as long as you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're wearing those fringes, and you don't, and you're not going out there saying this is the way you're supposed to dress to be from the Most High God by wearing a pinky ring and a Rolex watch and some sunglasses or whatever. This is how you can take me serious. No, we come as we are according to the law. If the law says we got to wear fringes on the bottom of our garments, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to speak of the oracles of God. They don't speak of the oracles of God. These men speak of their own understanding, and they do it. They dress like that to impress the women in the congregation, to get money off that, to make people believe that they are some serious people. But when we
So like,
say come to the
let
Lord,
me add on to that right quick.
come, go
And
ahead.
not only top of that too, man, the pastors they take and take and take and don't want to give.
Come,
So I bet they robbing, like the scripture said, robbing the Most High God's people.
come,
If you robbing his people, you robbing him.
come.
Or it's a locky. If they do give, they give as minimal as possible. You know, they
God,
what's they do
God,
somewhat of charity work within the the so-called community and stuff like that or whatever, man. You know, they do minimal stuff. What's that, backpacks and all that stuff, or
God.
little stuff or whatever. Anything helps, but still at the end of the day, there's more things that you can do, especially
Yeah,
when sitting up in a mansion, or you sitting up with your luxury car and your $500 suit on, and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
God. Yo, they give only what the slave master allowed them to give.
come.
That's only how they give. Hey, I wanna add to your point, King. Can we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 27? You know what I'm saying? When you were saying far as how they look at us, you know what I'm saying? When we on the street, we don't have a degree, we don't have a theologian degree. We didn't go to the schools to learn the Bible. It was literally learning from the man of the Most High, being called into this truth. You know what I'm saying? And we was criminals. A lot of us was criminals, whoremongers. A lot of us was drug dealers. We was doing all types of mess out in the world that a lot of people would believe that we were nothing. We was the base of all people. You know what I'm saying? We was like pretty much nothing in this world at all. You know what I'm saying? And now that we come up with this newfound knowledge of the Bible, and they like, yo, what? How do you know this? And this is what the Most High, this is what Paul was teaching the people. You know what I'm saying? Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27.
This is the
Okay.
book of
Hey,
First Corinthians.
Salaki, can I? Oh, you gonna read? I about to say, can you start at 26?
Oh yeah, Con. Go ahead. Start at 26. Con.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, and verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
So it's not about who you are in this world now, how strong you are, now how smart you are, how known you are, how renowned you are. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? The Most High calls who He calls. And when He call you, make sure you pick up that phone. Read.
Verse 27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
And that's what they look at. When they see us on the street corners, brother, they look at us as foolish. Like the brother said, look at these Power Rangers out there teaching the Bible. They got the Bible in their hand. You know what I'm saying? We got pastors coming out there, off-brand pastors. They ain't even real pastors. Don't have no church or nothing. We got pastors coming out there. They're trying to debunk us because they used to be Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It's things of that nature that shows that, yo, they look at us as the foolish things. Like, yo, they can throw bottles at us. They can pour water at us. They can give us the middle fingers. We go through a lot when we go to street teaching. You know what I'm saying? And they look at us as the foolish things of the world. Like, these brothers is foolish. They got a whole Facebook page dedicated on how to avoid the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they look at us as the foolish things of this world. Right? Read.
And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
And that's what they look at us as, because we don't have those degrees, that suit and tie. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got the time for it on. We ain't got the Gucci. We ain't got all that out there when we teaching. We ain't got a choir behind us. You know what I'm saying? That's singing, that's giving us. We ain't got a drummer, a harp player. We ain't got none of that. We out there with a mic, with the Bible, with our brothers, and we saying, "Yo, our people, wake up!" And they say those are weak things. Nope. You got to have a building. What they ask us? Hey, you got a building? Where your building at? That's the first thing they ask us, because they believe that we are weak. But the Most High chose us to be strong and confound them. He made our faith strong against them. You know what I'm saying? So I want to add that. That's all I had. I want to add that to your point, what you were saying, how, you know what I'm saying, the poor things, how they look at the rich as, when they have a mouthpiece, they look at the rich, but when it comes to poor people, they like, nah, whatever. We don't want to hear what he got to say, right? But that's pretty much it, King.
And that's the evil thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said, it sums up to what the point I'm making. They judge us by our appearance. That's the evil thoughts, because they don't know the law. Exactly. Like, hey, y'all out here in a street corner teaching. Why y'all not in the building teaching? You know what I'm saying? But hey, how can we find you if we are in the building teaching? That's why the Most High said, go out in the highways. I mean, Yahweh said, go on the highways and byways. Because that's where our people up and down buying, selling, and trading on the highways and byways. We're going to find you there before you find yourself in the building. Even these so-called wannabe Christians that say they Christians and don't even follow the Christian rituals, they not even in those buildings. They mess around and be still drug dealers, talk about they're a Christian, though. That's evil, man.
Hey, let me read verse 28. Let me read verse 28 for you real quick. It says, "And the base things of the world and the things which are despised hath God chosen, yea, and the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are." You know what I'm saying? So it's literally, man, that's amazing, man. It's amazing when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? This is something that, brothers that's teaching, street teaching, you know what I'm saying, whether it be internet, this is something that you should read over and over. You know what I'm saying? Because we are literally, you know what I'm saying, we're not the base men. We know that the base man is Esau, right? So Esau can't take this and apply this to himself, even though he gonna try. But it lets you know that we were simple. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, whether we be construction workers, whether we be plant workers, whether we, you know what I'm saying, work for Amazon, whatever it is that we do, you know what I'm saying, we consider ourselves to be, you know what I'm saying, compared to a LeBron James, you know what I'm saying, or a Kobe, what Kobe Bryant was, or what Michael Jordan is, right? Compared to them, we consider ourselves to be regular. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High God didn't choose them. He chose us to do this work. Why? Because he know that we are literally gonna come straight from the heart with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of those brothers that might have played in the NBA, you know what I'm saying, that's inside the truth now and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. But at the end of the day, again, we are still considered the base things of the world. Why? And we're despised. We're despised by every nation. You know what I'm saying? So he literally chose us to bring to naught everything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be false doctrine, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you know what I'm saying, literally the actually true doctrine as well. Whether it be either way. He literally brought us to do it, man. Because it's just look at what the Christians do, man. Look at what they did with the brother from Sakari. Just because the brother literally, you know what I'm saying, misspoke. They're literally, I'm talking about reposting this thing, man. I'm still seeing this thing as if it happened yesterday. They're reposting it, and they're literally acting like the brother got confounded by the other brother. When the other brother had no understanding of the scripture at all. He didn't confound nothing. He didn't correct him. You know what I'm saying? So it
Right.
just goes to show you that they don't have any understanding of what the scriptures is. But the Most High chose us to give us the understanding and give us the ability to preach, you know what I'm saying, to teach his word, you know, as well as we can do it. You know, everybody don't have the same abilities and things of that nature. All right, and Shemashua had commented 1 Samuel 16:7. If you want me to grab it, Yahshua.
Go ahead, grab it.
Okay. You can break it down. Let me grab it. All right, kind. So this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, starting at verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. You can elaborate on the king, Yahshua. Your mic muted.
I read that back over again.
Kind.
Slacking.
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
If I can remember, I guess that's going to when he first used Samuel as the judge.
Yeah, as
In
the
fact,
king, kind.
huh?
As the king, kind.
As a king, and he looked at him like, I'm saying, don't worry about what they think of you.
Salaki, let's talk about Saul.
So, correction, right? He was talking about Saul when he first became king. He was talking about, don't worry about them, don't worry about they say of you, don't worry what they think of you. Just do whatever I tell you to do. And the Most High must saw something good out of him in him at the time. He must saw something good in him, and he just went on here and said, "You're gonna be the first king of Israel."
And Salaki, man, and because this is when our people are so wicked, man. Our people look for it like we just got done talking about these pastors. We be looking for someone that's dressed properly or that's the nice looking. We be
Mm-hmm.
looking for those things thinking that they got more knowledge because you look better than another person, or you got more knowledge because you dress better than another person. And this is why the Most High, like, hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? You allow them. Allow this thing to go ahead. I'm Salaki. This is about I'm Salaki. I'm butchering it. This is about David. My bad, brother. This is about David. You know, because I'm mixing the scriptures up when they was talking about Saul when the people wanted him in. This is talking about David. You know what I'm saying? Because they were, you know, our people looking for the tallness, they looking for the height. But you know, David wasn't like that. You know, David was the person that was in the sheeps. You know what I'm saying? That took care of the sheeps. So you know, Samuel looking like, hey, man, you know what? It gotta be him. It gotta be his brother, because he look all mighty, he look all strong. And you know, the Most High, like, nah, it ain't him. It ain't them. Because you know why? Our appearance means a lot to Israel, man. It means a whole lot to us. Appearance means everything to us. And that's why the Most High said, forget appearance, I judge by the heart. So that's why he was like, hey, don't worry about them. He passed up all his brothers and was like, I want to get the ruddy one. The ruddy one that deals with the sheep.
Okay.
So Salaki, about that, I had glanced at it. I was thinking of Saul until I really looked at it. I apologize, brother. That's on me.
Okay. If you ever watched the cartoon, the little cartoon version, man, they got them all small and of course he a heathen, right? But they got him all small and scrawny, like as if he ain't got no muscles, no nothing, man.
God.
And they let you know what I'm saying. Like it's like he was just small, like he was what was one of them small guys' name? Like what's my man's that do the gospel singing, man? Well
Kirk
known
Franklin.
dude. Yeah, like he a Kurt Franklin or something.
That's an insult too.
Hey, Salaki, y'all remember that one brother that ended up getting caught up in the scam? He was a pastor. He was from Brooklyn. Um, he was the guy that had set up a robbery on camera. You know,
I know what
during
you're
this
talking
during the
about. I know
sermon.
what you're talking
Y'all
about.
ever see? Yeah. Yep. He's in prison right now or doing time right now. For that very reason, and also taking money out of his church or whatever, and of course spending it for himself. That filthy lucre. He was using it for filthy lucre, and he's buying all the cars. He had all the name brand clothes on, and all of those things. He had all the woman and all of that or whatever. And hey man, the Most High struck him down quick. Put him right in this place, humbled him real fast.
Too many do that to Creflo Crafty Dollar
Not yet.
or TD Snakes. So
Oh
you already
yeah,
got
I
TD
mean,
Snakes.
I don't know how I gonna
Yeah,
say that.
he got power
Yeah,
bottom already. You want to go to Diddy's parties out there partying with him? And we already know what type of partying they doing. All right, to close this part out, we gonna go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 14.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or rather it be evil.
So guess what that means? Any of your thoughts, anything you thought you did in secret, it ain't gonna be hid. You gonna bring all of it to the light. You gonna bring all of it to the light. So that being said, man, just learn to have self-control. Control your thoughts. Watch how you think of people. And watch what you think of your brothers. Don't think nothing evil of them. If you feel like you about to go to that place, hey, get out fast and pray. And do it quick. So, man, it's getting too close to the end, especially around this time, it's getting too close to the end, and we don't need nobody falling off. Anybody got anything want to add to that?
No.
La.
All right, now we about to go to murders. And we're going to start with Exodus 20, verse 13.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. For some odd reason, our people just didn't get the memo. We got a lot of our people out here killing each other. Why? Is it because we under that curse? Yes. That don't mean we gotta do it. Because we always having, like I said, evil thoughts towards each other. We always want to harm our own people. But we don't never see one of us go out there and harm them damn people that do harm to us. We always want to kill. We always want to hurt each other. Don't get me wrong. Not all. And to me, yeah, I mean, not all murders is basically sin, because there is some righteous kills. And not saying I'm promoting saying to do that, but yes, there is. Sometimes a man might have to go to protect. Sometimes a man might do what he got to do to protect his family. So yeah, in life itself, if a man mess around, breaking your house, and come there do whoever in your house any harm, then you got to mess around handle your business. But no, you don't just go out here and just kill somebody just because it's for the hell of it, or because they got something you want. Now let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 8.
All right, Salakia, let me get the definition for you, because you put that difference between what the scriptures say, right? Because that scripture say thou shalt not kill, right?
Right,
And,
right, right,
you touching on murderers, right? So
right.
this is just this is I'm assuming this is Webster, because I'm on Google, right? So it says the unlawful premeditated killing of one human being by another, right? And then it says kill unlawfully with premeditation, right? So it's literally unlawful killing. You know what I'm saying? So if you, because you don't like the way a brother look, you kill him, you put him to death. That's murder. You know what I'm saying? But if a brother break the Sabbath and like we used to do, we put him to death. That's what the brother's saying. That's a righteous kill. You know what I'm saying? That's not committing murder or anything. So the Most High literally he commanded us to literally kill people because of wickedness, and then, hey, if you took a man's life because of something that was unrighteous, then guess what? Most High gonna put you to death too. What you
That's
got?
right. So Salaki, I meant to put a difference between that.
Con.
One is premeditated, and the other one is basically, I mean, what's the other definition? One's premeditated, one's not. So now let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 8.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 8. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
I hold that. And yes, that's also even spiritual murders. Why is that? Because if you sit up here knowing dang on well, that you know these law, statutes, commandments, and if you mess around seeing your brother about to go off and do something he ain't supposed to be doing, especially a sin that's unto death, and you let him do it, and then the Most High turn around and punish him for it, for his iniquity, for what he had did, then guess what? You was just as guilty because you sat there and let him do it. So that makes you a murderer because you mess around and knew this and didn't tell him. And you ain't even try to end. Then worse, you ain't even bothering trying to stop. Like, hey, bro, no, don't do it, don't do it. Or nah, sis, don't do that. Because the repercussions could be deadly. A lot of people do not do this stuff right now to this day. And guess what? A lot of people got the answer for that.
Hey, Salakia, can I get something real quick?
Go ahead.
Hey, Mike Allah, can you grab Leviticus 5:1? Right, because not only do you tell you not, especially what I'm saying, because we on the topic of murder, right? So not only do you tell a person, but it's also you have to be let it be known. You know what I'm saying to what I'm saying. You could say to the I could just use the word authorities. You know what I'm saying. You got to let this thing be known.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 5, starting on top of the key. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
Right. So if you don't let that thing be known to the elders, you know what I'm saying, or especially because again we used to police ourselves, right? So if you don't let that thing be known to the elders, and then in our case, to the authorities, whether it be police or whatever, you know what I'm saying, hey, you literally you have to bear that iniquity, and this is something to think about, man, because it's definitely, what I'm saying, when you just think about it, what I'm saying, we've been taught that whole no snitch rule. And some of us still go by in the truth and out the truth. You know what I'm saying? So we known, or even some of us have even known, murderers. You know what I'm saying? So or somebody that did something that was definitely against the law, and you know what I'm saying, we've been questioned on it. And just because the plight of our people, we literally, hey, we ain't saying nothing to the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to kind of look at that, and that just go to show you that no matter how much knowledge that you have, it's still some things that we haven't taken in, fully. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we don't want nothing bad to happen to our people, even though they done did something wrong. We know that they did something wrong, but just because Esau got away with it for so long, centuries, you know what I'm saying, years, decades, you know what I'm saying, we kind of look at it as, hey, look at OJ, man. We celebrated OJ. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we just about know that he did what he did, but we don't have, what I'm saying, it's not concrete. Apparently, it's not concrete evidence. You know what I'm saying? But we celebrate that thing. You know what I'm saying? We literally, I'm talking about celebrating and probably having a drink to it and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Even, especially us being in the position that we in, you know what I'm saying? Literally teaching people, we got to literally, this is something that we got to think about. And this also goes to show you, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch who you affiliate yourself with. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a lot of love for a brother and you know that he may be possibly doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if you seen it or you know about it, hey, you supposed to say something. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to say something, let somebody know. And that's something that we fall short on, and most high willing, he had grace. Well, he got definitely got the grace, but most high willing, he had mercy on us when it come down to that.
Oh, man, that was mighty, bro. And you know what? And you is right. A lot of us still stick to that no snitch rule, and that's the wrong answer.
Um,
Me, I'll just be real with you. To me, if you think if I'm right with you, and you talk about, man, if I'm right with you, you talk about, hey man, I'm about to go knock this dude head off. You showing that guy, hey, no, you ain't. What you about to go do is about to go home. You about to go sit your ass down somewhere, and you better sit down and think long and hard. Matter of fact, go sit in the bathroom somewhere with you in that toilet, and they just don't even imagine the bathtub not being there. Just imagine just how your prison gonna be. Just imagine that being your prison cell. Is that something you want to deal with for the rest of your life?
yeah, you got to be like Cuban Gooding when he was like, "Hey, let me out, though.
Hmm.
Let me out."
Hey, Salaki, what about that spirit that is on our people, especially the men, where you'll hear a brother talking about, oh, I'm gonna ride with him, whether he right or wrong. You know, I'm gonna ride with him whether he right or wrong. And a lot of the times he be wrong as hell, and you know he's not held accountable for the wrong that he may have did. You know, a lot of our people don't really like to take accountability for their actions, the things that they do, and things like that. They always want to play the blame game. It's always on the next person, you know, instead of looking themselves in the mirror and, you know, examining themselves like, hey, man, you know, I did wrong right here. You know, I got to check this. I got to get better at this. I got to get better at that. I shouldn't have did this, or I shouldn't have stole from this person or that person or whatever. Oh, I could have did this a little bit different, you know.
Uh,
And the last thing I ever want to something in essence. I mean, I don't want to be sitting up in jail doing the L cut somebody else. And the worst thing, I don't even want to answer the Most High God, but not even give you a warning. So I tell you, go sit down somewhere and go do it. But man, mess around and do it and feel like, man, no, I'm gonna go through it anyway. Okay, man, let me get out this car then. You on your own, pimp. I warned you. That is what it is for me. So the hell with that no snitch rule. I guess when the police even come talk to me about it. And yeah, you sure did. And I tried to tell them not to do it. And no, I was not with them. Yeah, I don't care. Let me be a snitch.
Hey,
Let me be a
Salaki,
right.
what? Hey, Salaki, what about you know, because you know they have a certain type of thing for what is snitching and what is not snitching. You know, okay, so when you and somebody else do a crime together, and you know the other person, I guess, killed somebody or whatever, but you was with them. You know, you was the accessory after the fact. But you know, the police catch you, and you know, a lot of when the police catch you, a lot of people think pretty much thinking that you shouldn't snitch, you shouldn't tell on the man that actually, you know, killed that person. You know, me personally, I'm not tripping on, you know, if he snitch on the person that actually killed the person or whatever. You know, at the end of the day, both of them should be locked up because both of them shouldn't have been in that situation anyway. But a lot of times, you know, people won't snitch on that person that actually did the horrible crime or the horrible act, and that person is still out here in the streets being a menace to society amongst our community. You know, a lot of the time we see that a lot. You know, I know I know a lot of people from Ipsy that got away from murder, and I'm pretty sure y'all know the same thing out there in the city. So
Yeah, of course, man. You know, I was almost put in that predicament a couple of times. I ain't gonna complain too much, but just know that all praise to the most time here. All right, let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1 through 8. We all know who this is going into.
You said 1 through 8?
Right, 1 through 8.
All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, starting at the top of the key. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
All right, right there. This was after they got kicked out the garden. Read.
And she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was the tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought the firstlings of the flock, of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Why is that? Hold it right there. Why is that? Because Abel brought the firstlings. I mean, he brought of his first. And Cain brought what he had in abundance. Read.
Verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
Oh, see, y'all see where Cain messed up at first? His countenance fell. That jealousy creeped in, and as you know, he let that jealousy kill his brother. Why? Because his brother's works was righteous. When he should have just went to his brother and be like, "Hey, bro, show me something. How did you get accepted by the Most High? How did Yahweh accept your offering and not mine? Show me what I'm doing wrong." But no, I ain't felt like this. Oh, if I mess around and slay him and get him out the way, then now I'll be the Most High. Now I've been inside the Most High God's eyes. I'll be the favorite. I'll be accepted. He accept my offerings now. No, that ain't how it went. He should have just went on ahead and just asked his brother on how to do his offerings right. But he didn't do that. He killed him because he let that jealousy creep in his head. And that's the one thing that a lot of us, I ain't gonna say a lot of us because I don't, but I got respect for nobody else either. But jealousy is one thing jealousy is one thing that we really got to be careful with. Jealousy done got a lot of people killed. Mad because of what somebody else done and you didn't do it. And they getting praised and you not. And like the most I said, if you do good, like you said right here before, if you do good, then you know what I'm saying, you'll be accepted. You can't sit up there and do something messed up and then think he go deal with you. No, that ain't how it works. All right, let's go to the
Hey, you know what? Hey, what you saying about Cain, right, man? You know, it goes right back with John 8. I think it's verse 44 when it talks about where you are of your father, the devil. You know what I'm saying? He was a liar in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to think when Yahweh Shai was trying to talk to the people, these people wouldn't even listen to Yahweh Shai. They want to listen to nothing he was saying. So Yahweh Shai was asking, like, hey, do you even understand what I'm saying? And if you don't understand, you can't hear my word. Hey, you know what? Get that real quick. It's John 8. I think it's
verse 44,
40.
you're right.
Okay, go up to verse 43. The Baka Sagan, bring it out real quick.
Hey, Shalaki, can you hear me?
Khan, yeah, we hear you now. Yep. Hey, your background is like real, like windy sounding.
I don't even know why. Because I had got a phone call, and now this thing acting crazy. I can't even hear. Couldn't even hear Yashua when he was talking.
All right, I'll get it for you, Mark. What you need?
You hear me clear now?
Yeah, we hear you clear.
Hey, Yashua, can you say something real quick?
Real quick.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hear you, Sagan.
Yeah, I can hear Sagan.
Hey, can you hear me?
But the crazy thing is I know Yashua. When I turn on the YouTube, I can actually hear him. I can't hear him on my end for some reason, like on my phone. So let me do this real quick. Salakia audience. I'm gonna kick Yashua out and then just come back in. Just hit the link and come back in. Yeah, because this is these phones act crazy. So while we waiting for him to come back in, what you wanted me to grab again, Shalaki?
It's good. Sagan got it right now. When you was trying to get back on Sagan, I already had picked it up.
Con, go ahead. That's cool.
And the reason why I'm going here so I don't lose this train where I was going with that was
Tell me
because,
what you
like, what?
needed first. I forgot what you needed.
Oh, it was John 8:43.
John 8, all right, John 8:43.
So, going back to get my train of thought back, because he was bringing out about Abel, Cain, how wicked Cain was, right? So this is the reason why Cain couldn't get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because he was from the beginning a wicked man from the beginning. All right, read at verse 43.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 43. Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word.
And so Yahweh is talking to the people, to the Jews, like, hey, how come y'all don't understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? But we already know why they don't understand it. Because when you don't keep the law, statutes, the commandments, you can't understand spiritual things, right? So same thing with Cain. He don't understand spiritual things. Go ahead.
Verse 44, ye are of your father the devil.
So Christ is comparing these Jews to Cain and the same spirit of Esau, right? Go ahead.
And the lust of your father you will do.
Because you would do what you want to do, right? Because your own flesh, like the brothers talking about murder, right? In your own flesh, you're going to do what you want to do. The Bible says thou shalt not kill, right? Mm-hmm. Thou shalt not just take an innocent man's life, right? That's what you did. In your lust of your flesh, instead of knowing the law, just like Cain, just like Esau, they despised the law. They wanted to do their own thing. That's what the lust kicks in, right? So even with brothers today, reason why we're full of murderers, full of rapists, full of witchcrafts, full of hatred towards one another, because we don't even know that Leviticus 19 and Exodus 20 exists. If we know better, we would do better. So our spirits is off. So we live of the lust of the flesh. Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth.
Because that's what Cain was. Cain didn't abode in the truth. Cain was about himself. That's why Cain brought all those different fruits and vegetables to the baskets, whatever. He didn't bring his firstlings, because you got to think about it. This is, by reading that has to go around the time of the first fruits. Bring in your first crops, man. Cain like, man, I'm keeping my first crops. I'm going to give them the bad ones and the second ones. I'm giving them that. But Abel knew better. Hey, this is the law. The law says we got to do this. And this is what our people do. Our people don't know the law, so we like, this is what I got to do to make myself feel good, because you're living off the lust of the flesh. So you're just a murderer from the beginning, like your forefather. Go ahead.
Because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. For he is a liar, and the father of it.
So Cain and Esau is the father of lies. Just look how Cain came up to you know what I'm saying, to Yahweh. He said, like, hey, he asked him, where's Abel? He lied to him like he don't even know where he at. Am I my brother's keeper? You know what I'm saying? This is a liar. So when you a murderer, guess what you got to do? You got to lie. You got a spirit of lying. You got a spirit of jealousy. You got a spirit of envy in you. You got a spirit of hatred. You got all these type of spirits when you're dealing with that, man.
And then add on to that too, then you had the nerve to be a smart ass on top of it.
Right. Exactly. Am I my brother's keeper, man? Like, Hey, man, this is what our people deal with, man. This is the heart of a murderer. Like what you got out earlier, you said like our thoughts, man. That's the thoughts. The thoughts come from when you about to be a murderer. That jealousy spirit has to come in and play its part first before that murderer spirit kicks in. You know what I'm saying? Then the envy kicks in. Then the hatred kicks in. And then the murder kicks in. You got all these spirits upon you. That's the father of Cain and Esau. Because they don't know law or commandments. That's why they can't do right. And I land there.
Carl, that's a mighty jump you drop, bro. And like I said, man, people be felt. Sometimes some people don't know either that actually Cain is actually Esau regenerated.
The spirit.
And Abel is basically Jacob regenerated. Let's go to now we go jump to 2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 15.
2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 15.
Right, this is going into when David had Uriah killed.
This is the book of 2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 15. And he wrote in the letter, saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die.
I hold it right there. All because the reason why this happened, all because David messed around and lusted after this man's wife, then turned around and had sex with her. She got pregnant and he tried to cover his sin up. Just like when Adam did when he tried to when he found out what he knew a sin was. Him and Eve. They said, oh, we was trying to hide ourselves because we found out we was naked. I was like, hold on, who told you was naked? Same thing David tried to do right here. Because David knew he was wrong. And he tried to cover it up by getting rid of Uriah. Read.
Verse 16. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were.
Well, he sent them to the front lines where the best men were, the mightiest ones were. Read.
And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab. And there fell some of the people of the servants of David. And Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told David all things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, when thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, wherefore approach ye so nigh unto the city when ye did fight? Knew ye not that they would shoot from the wall?
Right there, my Baslaki. You supposed to stop at 19. So David messed around and got this man killed because he had sex with this man's wife. First of all, the first thing that David did was he had lust in his heart for her. He looked upon her and let her beauty take him. That was like two mistakes right there. Then you mess around and called her to her, knowing that that was another man's wife. And I guess even David even forgot some of the laws. He must have forgot, or he must have disregarded it, like, oh, the hell, I'm the king. I do what I want. And we all see how that panned out for him, didn't it? Messed around, took that man's wife from him, and first got him killed and then took his wife. And the most I told him, I would have gave you numerous amount of, if you want another wife, I'd have gave you one. But no, he wanted Bathsheba. He wanted Uriah's wife. This lust is what got him in trouble. And And once again, that's one of the things that we just gotta be careful with. And that's, I mean, what the hell I look like? I look like one of my brother's wives. Hell, fucking, man, that's shit. That's big sis right there. Wrong answer. Can't do that. And that's why we gotta be careful on how we look at a brother's wife or how we look at other women out here as well. I know it's gonna be a dangerous thing. I don't see. I ain't gonna say I seen it, but I know. I mean, it's dudes out here that actually killed over a woman. I mean, sometimes the boyfriend or the one that she was dealing with, or the sad dude.
You got Galatians chapter 5.
Let me see. Nope, I don't see it.
Let's my God, can you grab Galatians 5 and start at verse 16?
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
All right, so that's what Paul is teaching here. He's saying, hey, so you don't fulfill the lust of the flesh, walk inside the spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is what somebody, you know what I'm saying, could have been telling David, you know what I'm saying? But of course, the Most High's will is the Most High will. Remember, the Most High said, hey, there's no man that sinneth not. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Yahushua, who we know that didn't commit sin, there's no other man. Everybody done committed some type of sin somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But this is just a reminder. You know what I'm saying? This book is for edification purposes all over, right? Go ahead.
Verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh.
All right, that's the strongest battle. That's the strongest battle. When you really try, your spirit is like, hey, I know this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know this is wrong. Even as a child, it happens as a child. When you doing things, hey, I know my mama told me, hey, stay in the house till she get home. But all my friends outside, man, I'm trying to go outside. So, hey, whatever happened, if she whoop me or whatever, I'm gonna risk it all. I'm about to risk it all to go out there and be with my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? To go
Especially,
out there and hoop instead of just
especially,
waiting and being able. Your mom's probably off the next day. You can be outside all day then. You know what I'm saying? Or when she come out, when she actually come home, now you can be outside. But you ready to risk it all in order to have just a moment's time of fun. And the Most High is saying the same thing about us. We ready to risk the kingdom for a moment's time of fun. You know what I'm saying? To be able to go out on the Shabbat, to go out to a club and things of that nature. We a lot of our people risk that. They risk the kingdom for these things. You know what I'm saying? Lusting after other women. You know what I'm saying? Other men's wives at that, and vice versa. Same thing with the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all ready to risk it all to be a side chick? Like, come on, hey, we got to do better, right? Read.
All right.
hold
Verse,
on, hold on. I want to say something on top of that, man. Especially your pops or your mom said you stay in the house. And yo, man, all your boys like, man, look, dog, we about to go to this house party, man. And you know the girls gonna be up in there freaking, so you gonna be like, man, no, look,
Right,
man.
right,
And you start thinking like, no, forget that, man. I think I'm about to go take this beating.
right.
Just go.
Hey, and you know it's coming. You know the beating coming. Like, hey, I'm a little older now. I can take that belt. But hey, your mama don't get the belt. Next thing you know, she got extension cord on you. You know what I'm saying? Or getting the broomstick. Yeah,
And
that's what my mom.
depending on what happened at that party, that beating probably be well worth it. That'd be a stitching cord, a belt switch, or
But
something
it
going
and it
upside your head.
and it's all in wickedness though. You know what I'm saying? It's all in wickedness. You ready to risk it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
not this time of day though.
God.
'Cause I know Big Daddy ain't playing.
God. Well, go ahead, King.
verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary, the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Right? This is like that. Hey, that literally is the oil and water. You know what I'm saying? It don't mix. You know what I'm saying? That thing don't mix. You can try all day. You know what I'm saying? But hey, one is gonna be literally on whatever you put in first or however it go. One is gonna be at the bottom of the bottle. The other one's gonna be at the top. And it's the same thing with your spirit. Hey, do not mix your flesh, you know what I'm saying, with the spirit when you allow the flesh to win. You can mix it with the spirit as long as you allow that spirit to lead it. You know what I'm saying? But man, don't do it. It ain't worth it. Whatever it is, again, like we said earlier, if it don't line up with the scriptures, you know it's of the flesh. And you know you shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? If you fall, hey, ask the Most High for forgiveness, repent from that thing, try your hardest to change. Get brothers to fast with you. You know what I'm saying? You fast first. Get brothers to fast with you. If you got a spouse, get your spouse to fast with you. You know what I'm saying? Pray. Pray continuously. You know what I'm saying? Pray continuously, like it says in First Thessalonians. You know what I'm saying? Pray continually because a lot of things not gonna leave except what? By fasting and praying. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta literally ask the Most High to remove things from you, right? And that's right, like Shalawam put, Ephesians 6:12, put on the whole armor of the Most High, so you can withstand the wiles of the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do this thing alone. We didn't choose the Most High. The Most High chose us. You know what I'm saying? So we have to continuously, day after day, minute after minute, because that's how quickly you can go from the spirit to the flesh in a moment's time. You know what I'm saying? Imagine somebody literally, it appears like somebody did something wrong to one of your children, you know what I'm saying, or your spouse. And you ready to fly off the hinges. You ready to fly off the hinges, not even trying to see exactly what's going on. You just know it looked like somebody messed with them. And then now what? Now you end up either beating them up or even worse, killing the person, and you haven't even found out the whole story. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there listening to Jay-Z when he says shoot first, ask questions last. That ain't how the Most High work. You know what I'm saying? We literally have to get the truth of the matter, and we have to correct that thing. It's an order to how the Most High got these things. So this is why he say, walk in the spirit, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So he gave a straight commandment right here.
Hey,
Yep.
was you done, brother?
Con.
I Salaki. Hey, go up to verse 4 because I'm throwing that in there because of the fact that it's just like what we were doing when we were young. We start off being rebellious at a young age. We start want to do what we want to do. We get more curious than each time of being a kid. We get more curious and more curious to everything, man.
Mhm.
So we want to do what we're not supposed to do. When we supposed to do what we supposed to do, we don't want to do that. But when we're not supposed to do, we want to do that when we're not supposed to do. So you got people right now from childhood to an adulthood to old manhood that they still say that, hey, I'm gonna live the way I want to live. And when I die, before I die and I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna ask Christ to forgive me for my sins. But read verse 4. Read verse 4 in the same chapter. Even though we know this is talking about circumcision, but it all falls into the place of breaking the law no matter what. You know what I'm saying? This is going into circumcision of what they believed at that time that they had to be circumcised on the 8th day. But I want to use this in a different scenario in verse 4.
Con. It's the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 4. Christ is become of no effect unto you.
See, when you're not staying in these laws, statutes, or commandments, Christ is no effect of you. What makes you think that you got time to ask for forgiveness on your deathbed? How do you know when it's your deathbed?
Con.
Like, how can you just say that, hey, I'm gonna ask for forgiveness when I get old? Continue.
Whosoever of you are justified by the law, ye are fallen from grace.
You are falling by grace because you're falling by that foolishness, man. You believing that you can make it all through your life being wicked and you have no repercussions following you. You said to hell with Christ's sacrifice. You saying, hey, man, forget the law. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ died for me, and that's why I got grace. And you don't even
So
know what that means. Read verse
so says
5.
the don't so says the don't Christian.
Come on. Verse 5. For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith.
See, when those that know the law, statutes, and commandments, we hope for the righteousness by faith, that we believe that Yahweh Shai has died for our sins and cleansed us from the things that we were supposed to be put to death when it was immediate death, especially in this situation when they weren't being circumcised, they had to be put to death if the letter of the law was still alive. If Christ didn't sacrifice himself, then that circumcision of the man is supposed to be put to death. Same thing is here. The people that's walking around committing idolatry, being a murderer, all that, etc., you're supposed to be put to death. So when you walk that life saying like, hey, man, you know what? I'm gonna ask God to forgive me before I die. Then, hey, that's not for you. But those that know the laws, we know that we gotta follow step by step, day by day, and endure to the end. We can't give up. We can't turn away. We can't go to the left, to the right. We have to keep that narrow path going. And that's all I got right there.
All right, let's go to where I'm at. Oh, let's go to 1 Kings chapter 28, 21, verse 8. Start there.
1 Kings chapter what?
21.
Okay, Khan. And verse what?
And we're gonna start at verse 8.
Start at verse 8, Khan. This is the book of 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse 8. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name.
Oh, wait, slightly. You probably might want to go up a little bit higher than that.
You want me to start at verse 5? Talk about Jezebel?
Yeah, talk about Jezebel. Yeah.
This is the book of 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse 5. But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, why is thy spirit so sad, that thou eatest no bread? And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard.
Hold it right there. This nigga up here, man, he's sad, he pissed off because a man that had a family line venue for there for this probably for years, and he didn't want to give it up. He didn't want to sell it, and Ahab gets mad. That ain't his vineyard, man. What the hell? Just because it's by your courtyard, you want somebody else's stuff? Man, I'll tell you what, that's how people for you. Read.
And he couldn't use usurp authority over him. He didn't like that. I'm the king and you deny me? Yeah, that's what it was. He didn't like that. Verse 7.
Let this broad have some authority over him.
God, exactly. Hey, that's why the scripture said that, hey, a man can't rule the congregation if his wife is ruling over him, if he can't have his house in order. So that shows you why he's off. You got your wife ruling over you. So how you gonna be a king and your wife ruling over you, man? That's why it didn't go right for Ahab.
Yeah, that's why Ahab is known as the most wickedest king in all of Israel.
Verse 7. And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let thy heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite.
When we see how was she about to get it. Read.
So she wrote letters in Ahab's name, and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, dwelling with Naboth. And she wrote in the letters, saying, proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people, and set 2 men, sons of Belial, before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him, that he may live. Means that he may die.
All right there. You know, see how wicked this broad is? She messed around, did something that her husband did not tell her to do, wrote a dang old letter saying they had 2 people bear false witness on him, and we know how the Most High is about that. Ain't that breaking the 9th commandment? Bear false witness on your neighbor. They had this man put to death. And guess what? A lot of women, and guess what? A lot of women still do that up to this day. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Read.
Verse 11. And the men of his city, even the elders and the nobles, who were the inhabitants in his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them, and as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them. They proclaimed a fast and set Naboth on high among the people. And there came in 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme God and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones, that he died. Then they went to Jezebel, saying, Naboth is stoned and is dead.
Oh, right there. That was it. Now, y'all see how the first thing she did? First of all, she thought about bearing false witness on him. She lied on him. She got other people involved. They messed around and had 2 witnesses come up against him. Had this man stoned and killed for something that was his. But something that was his, a vineyard that was his. They could have just went somewhere else and could have grown on his own. And see, that go to show how wicked a lot of our people is. Go somewhere and kill somebody and take what's theirs. All because it was by your courtyard and you couldn't rule over this man. And then you try to pay him off. And he said no. I said, man, you got some wicked, like I said, Jezebel's a wicked broad. And then she even ruled over her husband on top of that. I don't see how he even dealt with her. And that's why Ahab is the worst king in all, the worst and the most wicked king in all of Israel.
I was gonna say, man, he dealt with it because you know what the letters say what's that, first and second Esdras? I think it's first Esdras. You know what I'm saying? It said, hey, we do anything for our women. You know what I'm saying? So whether they be wicked, we try to cover up their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Nah, my wife ain't like that. Knowing your wife wicked as hell. And it's showing your wickedness because you trying to cover up for it.
And that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's the main problem, man. They had to do all things.
God. Man.
That's all that needs to be said on that part.
God. And then nah, I'll let y'all go. I ain't gonna spoil it for those that haven't seen that little, even though it's produced by a wicked man, that Tyler Perry movie, man. They it wasn't that was definitely different. The whole pastor situation in there, that wasn't your typical Christian pastor, you know. But I ain't gonna spoil it for people that haven't seen it. Now you can go ahead out.
All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 8, verse 16. That's not my pocket. Hey, hold on.
This brother ain't prepared. Look at this brother.
I thought I had my pocket ain't with me. Let's shoot.
What happened when you ain't got an iPhone, man? You had iPhones are always prepared.
I don't want that trash phone. That phone's for gay people.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, what verse you said you wanted? You wanted 18 and what verse?
No, 8 verse 16.
Oh, my bad. 8 and verse 16. Gotcha. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 8 and verse 16. Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place, for blood is as nothing in his sight. And where there is no help, he will overthrow thee.
And guess what? That's why I be found in the alley and a pool of your own blood. And then most likely you gonna have somebody to help him too.
Hey, and this that judgment, man. This is that same old rule that we used when we grew up in the hood, and we know this dude is a murderer. We know this dude is a person that always starts stuff.
Psychopathic killer.
And we'll say, I'ma ride with you no matter what. Mm-hmm. And this dude got so much people looking for him, and he don't even tell you the whole scoop. So you about to go to solitary with this dude, and he putting you in a position because he know his time is about to be shortened. And then mess around, he gets shot and you get shot with him because you saying, I want to ride with you no matter what, because we down for whatever. See, that's that Israel is foolish, man. And I can admit that I believe that everybody on this phone has been guilty with that. We're guilty by association. I'm gonna ride with you no matter what. I'm gonna do this with you no matter what. Even I know you're wrong, I'm still gonna rock with you because you my guy. Mm-hmm. And that's why a lot of the young is dying right now because they want to ride. They want to get a name for themselves. They want to be that guy, to be a support system. They want to be known that, hey man, what's name rock with you? He'll ride with you all the way till the wheels fall off. That's what the stupidity of Israel, man. We don't have no laws, man. We don't care about the laws. We care about the shine in the hood. That's all we care is about, the shine in the hood. We don't care. We talk a good game, but deep inside, man, we have so much fear, but we just play it off with our countenance. Like we don't have no fear. We just ready to ride. Mm-hmm. How are you not afraid when you about to know that this could be your last life, and then mess around when you do get shot up? What's the first thing you're doing? God, please help me. Mm-hmm. Please help me. Please. Or hey, and this is a sad thing. A sad thing with George Floyd. You know what's the first thing he did? He's calling on his mama. You know what I'm saying? Because Israel, we always looking for a ride. And I'm not saying George Floyd matches this situation, but that's what happens when we come into the fear of death. We're calling on God, or we calling on some loved one. That's it right there.
You know what? I'm gonna touch on that too, man. And on top of that too, man, no guidance, man. We just taught from the OGs, man. Like, hey, man, do this way, do this that way. Roll the homies, do this, do that. They want to tell us, hey, man, pick up a Bible or something. Man, go keep these law statutes commandments, man. So you avoid this person, that person, that person. We want to talk those things. And the way we do, we pass it out to the generation younger than us.
Okay.
So, man, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of like a generational curse, a neighborhood generational curse, man. And it's sickening and sad.
Mm-hmm.
And now we out there trying to tell our people to keep the law, statutes, commandments.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate these laws, man. These laws that save myself and people I know life, man. These laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That just again thinking the foolishness, man. Like just reflecting back in your past, like that was so foolish, man. Like why go that direction? And when you get in even in you in that mindset, where you at in that time past. Even if someone said, "Hey, man, the Bible said this," we probably would have waved it off anyway, because we was already accustomed to what our product, man. Our environment was what it was, so we had to keep that name. We had to keep that style of life because we want to be somebody. That's all it really comes out to be. You want to be known in the street as a somebody, but you're really a nobody. And these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, thank God for that, man, because it's a passion to love these laws, man, to understand and be like, man, you know what? I know better now. If it's something like that, I'm not going to do a foolish act. I'm going to talk you out of the foolish act. I'm going to pray for you to get out of that foolish act. You know, I'm going to bring some scriptures to encourage you on that foolish act. That's the beauty of it now, man. That's why I love God's laws, man. It saves our lives.
Yeah, we definitely was fool. We definitely wouldn't have listened, man. We don't listen now. And just think about it. You know what I'm saying? I challenge any. I ain't gonna say because any and everybody different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't like Shemashawam might be the only brother I heard of that when he first heard the laws, he got right in it. You know what I'm saying? Me, hey, when I first heard Leviticus 11:7, I had pork chops that same night. You know what I'm saying? That's how wicked. That's how wicked we was. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it and you know what it is saying, you can understand it, but you can still not live by it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard thing to do. But you know what I'm saying, just going with this the scripture that he just brought out, you know what I'm saying? Like this is just wisdom. You know what I'm saying? This is wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Because it's literally telling you, hey, if a man is angry, it's not saying don't try and calm the brother down, but it's saying, hey, don't go tit for tat, don't go word for word with this brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't care about shedding your blood. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. He don't even care about his own life. These are literally the drunkards of the neighborhood, the people that smoke weed all day. They don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be your own people or definitely, we know that the heathens don't care. You know what I'm saying? But this is what this is going into. Hey, they don't try to be hard trying to prove that you can beat this person in the neighborhood. You trying to get a name for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you caught behind in your backyard taking out the garbage. You hanging halfway out your garbage can because he done put you to death because you trying to be hard. Like, nah, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? This is literally wisdom that Sirach is giving right here. That you can go ahead.
Man, I said, man, you know, mess around, have your brains leaking out your mouth.
Okay.
That's why, man, you gotta stay away from those that ain't got feel like they ain't, especially those that feel like they don't have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that don't have nothing to lose, the ones you really stay away from.
Okay.
Like I said, blood ain't nothing to them. Your life ain't nothing to them. Even theirs ain't nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you gonna do to somebody like you? All right, man, stay away from them types of people. They have nothing to lose. While you may have everything to lose, they ain't got nothing. All right, it's gonna be the last one for this part. Let's go to 1 John chapter 3, verse 12. I'm trying to get a couple more out and close it out.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 12. If I have told you earthly things, and ye believe not, how shall you believe? And if I tell you of heavenly things,
All right, Shalaki,
Salaki.
you probably in regular John.
Salakia, my bad.
Yes, I first epistle of John.
God.
My bad, Salakia. This is the book of 1 John. We said chapter 3, right?
3. Yep,
All
3
right.
verse 12.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous.
Once again, saying the same thing that I was saying earlier. Abel's works was righteous, but not Cain's.
Mhm.
And jealousy is what crept in his mind. He killed him for it. Because he got acknowledged. Because Abel got acknowledged and he didn't for his works. Now, this is going to be the last one for this part. Let's see, go to Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. Well, hold on.
Bring it out, or just wait for a minute.
Hold on, make sure that's the right one. Yeah, that's right. Read it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 9, and verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he him.
All right. So I'm going to show you right there. Live by the sword, you'll die by the sword. But this time you live by the gun, you're going to die by one.
Uh,
And the Most High use anybody out here, rather it be one of our own, or rather it be a heathen. So if you think about going here taking a life because you want to be down with the homies and you don't like this person because your mans and them don't like him,
or because of color he got on.
or because the color he got on, what his clothes look like, or because he got something that you got that you want.
Mhm.
Hey, fall back, get on the knees and pray. Don't want you to spill that man's because guess what? When you murder, you ain't just committing one sin. That's basically that's really two. But even more than that. It depends on what you thought of that day. Like, for example, you mess around and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, back in the day when I was growing up, kids used to get robbed for their J's back then.
Especially on a Saturday.
Especially on Saturday.
Yeah.
And even before that. And I don't know if y'all, probably not my alcoholic though. But man, people used to get robbed for that triple fat goose back then too.
Con,
They even killed for it.
con.
Yeah, my day it was the Shermans.
The Sherlins.
Shermans, whatever it is called.
The Sherlins. The Sherlins, yeah.
That's
You
sure.
say
There
Sherman's
you
and
go.
Shirley.
And Mike, I'll even tell you, man, you know, say even the starter jackets, when they came out, people was getting robbed
Con,
and killed for them.
con. Hey, it was them Raiders. If you had them Raiders, that Raiders starters, yeah, you was on point, man. Them Raiders, boy. That Raiders jacket, man.
Oh, don't get caught with the suede starter jacket. Well, you was really getting knocked off of them. But the thing, my point is,
What is a nanny goat? Issachar say a nanny goat. That's way old school. I don't know what that is.
hey, yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Hey.
You on your own. Sorry, Sasha Carr, you on your own with that one.
God.
But yeah, my point is, man, first of all, you know what I'm saying? You see that man with something that you want, that envy, that want to take what's his. Then you turn around and kill him. That's 3 sins. And then you stole not only that man's life, you took a life of somebody else's, of that man's parents or that kid's parents, and then you stole from the Most High God. The Most High said, I kill, not make alive. So what gives you the right to sit there and take this man's life? I didn't tell you to do that. You did that of your own because you was jealous and you wanted what he wanted. You coveted. So now we're about to go to the next part. I'm gonna make the next few parts quick, very quick. Now let's go to lust. Let's start with lusting.
The nanny coat was pretty much like a fur. Like what's the name? I had to Google it just to see.
Or the Frank Lucas.
Kind of like the one that Frank Lucas had.
The chinchilla.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
The chinchilla. All right, let's go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 14.
You said 14. I'm sorry, you broke up. Exodus chapter 20 of what?
Verse 14.
Okay, Khan. This is the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. And that was a lot of that going on back then, even until now. Now, adultery, now a lot of people right now, even in the Israelite community, even gets this confused. A lot of people can't distinguish the thing between adultery for a man and a woman. So let me explain. What's the adultery for a man? If he sleeps with another man's wife. Not when he sits there and sleep with someone, have sex with somebody outside his marriage and that woman they married. If you do that, then that's fornicating. If he has no intention of marrying her. But if he has sex with another man's wife, that's adultery, even if he is single. And a woman, she just gets an adultery all the way around. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If she messes around and has sex with anybody that's outside her marriage. So, brothers, am I right or wrong?
Khan, yeah, exactly. She sleeps around, she's married, and she sleeps with another married man, she's committing adultery. She's locked into one man. That's it.
So even you know what I'm saying, even she fornicates with another man, you know what I'm saying, it's all over. Now we're gonna jump to Matthew chapter 5, verse 28.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart.
And what this saying is, if you mess around and look on another woman, that's another man's wife, and you mess around looking at her like, and just, I mean, if you can completely just stand at her like, man, damn, I know it's my daughter's wife, but I tear that up. Having those types of thoughts, man, it's like basically you done really already done did it. Especially if it comes to action, but that's where it all starts at, right here. It all starts right here with the eyes and the way you looking at her. That's why you gotta just be like, no, man, I can't be staring at these with your brother's wife, man. That's the wrong answer. That staring gonna lead to one thing and it's gonna lead to another. And then you gonna mess around and want to go up and talk to her. And see if she about that action. And most likely, if she, you know what I'm saying, she be willing, she'll be like, she might mess around and slip you the number on the low. And trust me, I done seen it. I ain't gonna say I've seen it happen, but I know of it happening plenty of times.
Hey, that's the I don't know if you're gonna grab it. That's the story of Susanna, right?
Kind of, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they was is that? Let me I don't want to quote the wrong thing.
Matter of fact,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
That's
Matter
it.
of fact,
That's it. That was when they was waiting in the garden for
right.
the two dudes.
And they messed around and
Right.
lusted after her, and she didn't get. But the only thing about her though, she didn't give in though. That's the only thing. But I'm using a real life scenario though. Like I ain't gonna say their names, but like let's just say I got one of my somebody on my mom's side, her first cousins. You know, it was really messed up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna really put it out there like that. I'm gonna just say it like this. They just said one of my cousins was wrong. You know, that was his cousin's wife, and he was messing around with her. Like, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And like I said, man, I don't know why a lot of our men do that. Have sex with another man's wife. Especially, matter of fact, it don't even matter if he is or ain't of your bloodline, man. I do that.
They fulfilling that.
All the,
They fulfilling the lust of the flesh.
all the damn women out here, and yeah, you want somebody else's wife. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, and to be honest with you, man, that's why you got some people that want to be leaders, man.
Mm-hmm.
To go ahead and have conversations with somebody else's wife, or just talking to women, period, and they don't even care if they married or not. Man, hey, man, one thing about that stuff, man, that's a very dangerous thing to get yourself into, especially in leadership, man. Like, man, you have to make it real quick and simple, man. Like, hey, like how we do each other wives, man. Hey, I'm not entertaining none of y'all brothers' wives and the next man wives. I'm not about to entertain them. Like, I have no conversation for them, but shalom, shalawam, pray peace and blessings. Keep it pushing. We don't need long conversations. We don't even have to have eye contact. We don't need that,
I
because
agree.
if that
Yeah, I agree
happens,
too. I
guess what?
agree.
That's the fall. I'm not looking at my man's wife. And thank God that's just not because of the truth. I've been like that since I was in the world. I have so much respect that the fact that, hey, you put me in a room with your woman, hey man, I feel weird. I gotta get up. I'm being fidgety. I don't know what to say. I gotta get up and ready to move. I can't look that way. Hey, you going outside? I'm going outside. Don't leave me in here with her.
Okay.
I don't need nothing. I don't need no suspicious. And even even in situations where we may be in the congregation, hey man, I try to look down on the ground. I try to stare at the ground and stay focused on the ground. I try not to look at nobody's wife or anybody eye to eye contact in the congregation. I can't do that because, for one, that's disrespectful to my wife, and that's disrespectful to my brother. And if I say I love my brother, then I ain't gonna put no harm or no evil around my brother. So I can't play that. I can't play that. And brothers, not us, but I'm just saying, brothers of Israelites, man, we shouldn't even play that game. That's one code that we should have always stuck with. But that's one code we don't do in the street. The bro code. Hey man, that's your man's wife. Hey, she's off limits. Nah, we like, hey, that's your man's wife. She checking me out. I'm going in it. Nah,
I'll
man.
be honest. I'll make a trust like you, but I'll be honest with you. Some people out there, the truth that's in the world, I was even starting to know that they ain't gonna do that. They'll be like, no, man, it's that man's wife, bro. Don't do that. Now I know some brothers that will actually do that. And they mess around see another man up in their face. They, you know what I'm saying? They gonna mess around and come and tell you, like, hey man, dog, I'm just keeping real, man. You my man's no man, but dog, I seen your wife with such and such. And he gonna let it be known. And sometimes you got some women out here that ain't even gonna tell they you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna let people know they married. It's same with a man. Goes both ways.
Hey, there's a saying that says familiarity breeds contempt. So, yeah, man, if you mingling a little bit too much around, somebody else's woman, that contempt right there, man, it could definitely stir up something between the two, and all type of stuff like that, man. You gotta be extremely careful.
That's why Sirach say you're not supposed to sit at wine with another man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying, Lee. And I'm just, giving, all praise to the brothers and sisters in this congregation. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that problem. We had little, small conversations here and there, whatever the case is, whether it be about the scripts or whatever, or, you know, if a sister ain't there for that week, sister may ask you, where your wife at, whatever the case is. A little small little conversation. You know what I'm saying? It ain't lasting no 30 minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Heck nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, as a congregation, yeah, a sister should be able to say something to you. But as a man and as a leader of the congregation, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's too much. You know what I'm saying? You cut that thing short. And most times we ain't even got to cut it short. You know what I'm saying? Because the sisters already know. The sisters, especially in that particular instance, they are in order themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they already know, hey, ain't no lengthy conversations. It's not even a desire to do so. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give a shout out to the brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, at least in our congregation. We ain't got to worry about that. All praises to the Most High. Hey, please, Most High, keep that the same, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody, like, we familiar with each other. We
Con.
already know. But it may be a point to where new brothers and sisters come in, you know what I'm saying? And those problems may arise. We got to go to the scriptures and handle those problems. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So,
hey, please pray and fast for me on that. If that ever happened, brother, I swear, please pray and fast. I don't. Yeah, I never been in that situation, so that's why I can't. I'm not gonna say, oh, I know. I'm gonna just go to the scriptures. Hey, man, I definitely would need some major counseling because, you don't know what you would do when you in that situation. So I just pray and hope, like, stay in the spirit.
yep.
Yeah, I understand that.
Hey man, there's men out here who are homeless and eating out of garbage cans, man, because of situations like that.
Hey, you definitely 100% right.
Yeah.
Uh,
You go ahead out.
All right, let's go to first epistle of John chapter 2, verse 16.
First John chapter 2, verse 16.
Right.
This is the book of First John chapter 2 and verse 16. For
But
all that,
start 15.
all right, Salakia. This is the book of First John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
All right. This world ain't got nothing to offer us. This world is corrupt. It's full of sin. This world ain't meant for us. So, like I said, if you love this world and you love the things that's therein, like the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, everything that's in it, then guess what? The love of God, the love of Most High God, not in you. What use is it gonna have for you if you love the world and the things that's in it? I mean, to be honest with me, I really hate this world. I sure will love the next one if the Most High say the same that I get there. Because that's gonna be our world. And ain't gonna be none of that foolishness going on in it.
Mm-hmm.
None of it. Read.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
Oh, see? All that's in the world is the lust of the flesh. Like men lusting after women, women lusting after men, and uh and then you got two-way freaks that lust after both. Then you got your cushy bumpers out there. And your bee pirates out there. But then some that got the lust of the eyes. And you got the It's right there, turning a lot of eyes green out there.
About them 40 balls.
Those dollars. Yeah, the 40 balls, some bricks. And I ain't talking about the ones you build houses with either. And guess what? They make hearts turn cold also. So these are things that, you know what I'm saying, then we always want to have the best car. Don't get me wrong, it's like to have a nice car and all that, but as long as you're doing it legally. Or if you win the lottery.
Hey, you know, man, Israel. Hey, like you said, brother. There's nothing wrong with nice things, because hey, the world was given to us, man, for our sake, man. Everything was given to us, even through this captivity. Things are still given to us, man. Even though it's not rightfully ours in this time because of the curses, but hey, the Most High still blesses people, man. But the thing about some of our people, man, when they have these things, man, they think that they're better than you. You like, we both got off the ship. Our families came off the ship at around the same time, man. And you feel like you better than me. You just oppressed like I'm impressed. So when it comes to like our people, man, when we like to stun on one another, like we doing better than the next brother, instead of like educating them and trying to show them the right way. Because man, it's all we want to do is shine. That's all we want to do. We want to shine for wickedness. But you know, all praise to the Most High that these laws, statutes, and commandments is coming back to Israel. That when I do see a brother that's in the truth, that's doing good, man, I'm all praises. Like, that's what's up. That's what's up. Because guess what? I know I could trust that brother to get me the gym, to get me where if I want to be in that same playing field. So man, it's a beautiful thing when you got righteous Israelites doing their thing, the gifts that the Most High have provided for them. And man, that's a great thing, because hey man, that's why we are a body. We are a body so we can help one another and overcome hard obstacles. You know, some of us in different age brackets. That's why we need elders in this truth. That's why we need elders to give us direction of life, man. Because man, with somebody already been through, they can share their information with when they in this truth. But when you're talking about a dude like you was talking about 40 balls and you know pushing those bricks and all that, he's not gonna show you no type of wisdom and knowledge. All he's gonna do is tell you this is how you get money and don't get caught and don't mention my name or else I'm gonna kill you. It's just ridiculous, man. So we gotta stay
Man.
away from the lust of this world, man. But all praise to the Most High, to the brothers and sisters that the Most High is blessing those with that has the information to share with their brothers and sisters in this truth. All praise to them brothers and sisters out there, man. That's a beautiful thing.
All praises. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was looking for a pretty bruiser. You know, I was looking bruiser dental around Passover time, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Looking bruiser dental.
Nah, that was nice. That was a nice. That was a nice ride, man. That was a nice ride for sure.
All praises, though. I mean, shoot, but nice if I had it on my own, though.
Oh, we already know.
See, if I did, it wouldn't be in that color.
Hey, y'all should wear the Birdman of the group. Never one stunner.
I don't know, man. I think Captain McGunn got me beat, man. As
Hey
far as
man,
LOI, overall,
hey man,
that right there's the number one stunner.
hey man, I love when Israel what I mean by that, I love when the Israelites listen to truth and their spirit is right with God, that they let themselves shine like that. I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and some people are more flamboyant to push it out like that. Joshua, you definitely one of them brothers, man. Hey, I salute to it, man. I think it's dope, man. I think it's funny, man, because I just laugh at you because I look at it like, man, hey, man, that's your style. Hey, man, that's what Judah do, man. Judah like to impress. So keep it pushing, man. I know your mind is in the right place, so it don't bother me, man. So continue to do what you do, man. That's who you are.
Hey, if I'm shining, y'all shining.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Let's go to. So we're gonna go to one more. That jump to hurry up quick and jump to the next segment. Let's go to. Let's see. 1 minute. Let's go Proverbs 6, verse 25.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
And guess what? A lot of men have a very big problem with that one. So we see a woman, we see a fine woman, especially got some hazel brown eyes or some slanted eyes, man. She got. If you look back at her, she look back at you. Oh, she got you. So all thing you gonna want to do is like, man, boy, she fine as what, boy? Yeah, I'm gonna get her. And guess what? That can lead to some type of trouble you don't want to be in. Most likely, she might be with another dude, and that dude probably gonna be jealous, and he's gonna want to bust your head straight to the white meat. But if it don't be too quick to romp on a woman, she, you know what I'm saying, she look at you. And if you do, you know what I'm saying, to fill her out first, be like, hey man, what's going on? I mean, what's up? You know, come at a cordial first.
Hey,
As she dressed trashy, and now you leave that alone.
I
Like they
was,
say, she for the streets.
I was gonna say that, man. Like, being careful with that too, because man, nowadays, man, you can set up by these women with those type of eyes and body shapes that's coming up to you when you at the gas station, and they're setting you up to get robbed or get killed. You know what I'm saying? These dudes just use these women to go by and be like, hey, hey, I want his car. So I need you to go by and distract them. Stare front with your eyes. Just give them the stare down. You know what I'm saying? This is why Job makes it so clear that he made a covenant into his eyes, man. Because that's what we need to do, man. Especially like, hey, especially this days of time. If you got one wife, be happy with one wife in these days of time. Because man, you got some Israelite sisters that's repented, that still like, hey, they still got a different mindset. They may just want a husband just because, just for pleasure. Maybe not want to be led or anything. It's just, hey, I just want to be pleasured. I want a man of understanding, but I just want to be pleasured. You know what I'm saying? But don't want to follow a man's lead. So we have to understand, like, a lot of this stuff, man. If you got a woman right now, keep it, and don't be distracted over the next woman, because man, hey, it's hard enough to take care of one wife in the family. To bring in two wives and another wife in their family, man, that's hard right there, man. Now you pretty much oppressed yourself. You know what I'm saying? So in the meantime, man, hey, keep what you got, because man, these women, man, God made it unfair, man. You might as well say, man, these women is beautiful, man, but you have to be 10 toes strong, man. And like, you know what? It ain't worth it. None of it.
Sisters don't make it easy. And even worse, speaking of that, that's why I look at her. And you know what I'm saying? She mess around. You go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? She mess around, put the drawers down. She got the same thing you got. And you like, huh? You're right. That's why you better stick with who you got.
Yeah, stick what you got. And we living in them times where Sodom and Gomorrah is in effect, man. We don't know what's out there, man. You know what I'm saying? You hear these brothers and like, man, it's so twisted out here now that, you know what I'm saying, when I'm at work or whatever, talk to a lot of these customers, and we just talking and we just kicking it or whatever. And they tell me like, hey man, the date scene is like a woman wants your Instagram, your Facebook. They don't even want your phone number. They want your Instagram page and your and your Facebook. And then I even hear that they don't even want to talk on the phone. They want to text. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. This generation of new dating is crazy. That's something I'm glad I'm married, man. I'm glad I didn't have to be trying to look for a righteous sister. Because man, this is beyond crazy. And then these women are liking other women, and you don't know what she like. You don't know, man. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. Like you were saying, this is the times of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. This is bananas out here, dog.
Man, like in the words of Kanye, like in the words of Kanye West, that's crazy. It's wicked out here, man. All right, let's see. Let's go to we about to start the lion part right now. Exodus 20 verse 16.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
See, then we just talk about somebody doing that, like Jezebel or Jezebel lied on their boss and got him killed. And see, that's just what you was just talking about earlier, Maya Collin. Women be out here for the kill, and some women be out here for the kill now. Setting dudes up. They been trying to tell and sell lying, and most likely a dude to go for it. Not all men, not all of them, but some of them do. And as you know, here they is on the 5 o'clock news. Because some woman done set them up and lied on them. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight.
So we know that the Most High hates all things that are that's an abomination, right? So lying lips are an abomination as well. That's why we gotta be. That's why it's best that we just straight up tell the truth. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Back in the day, boy, I used to be like a habitual liar. And no praise to the Most High, I got delivered from that. I don't grow to even hate them. I even hate myself when I do it. Even if it's even just a little small little white lie. Even I gotta be careful with that. Extremely careful, man. It's just best to go ahead and just tell the truth or basically just avoid it. Just avoid whatever it is that's gonna cause you to tell a lie. And that's even something I gotta look at, even in myself. Yeah, I admit I mess up at times. Even I mess up. But even I beg the Most High to forgive me because I know how he is about that. I ain't trying to have no lying lips. I pray the Most High take that thing away from me a lot of times. But one thing I don't want to do is turn me away. I'd be like, man, all this work I done put out here and did this, did that, like I did for nothing. Anybody got anything to add on to that?
Lie.
In fact, jump up to jump to 19.
Verse 19. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment.
The truth stands forever, but lies only for a short period of time. But eventually they're gonna be found out. Just like Jay-Z said in one song. That's when you sweating, forgetting your lies. Alibis ain't matching up. Books catches up. And that's just how it goes. Then you got to tell one lie to cover up another lie, and then cover up that lie with another lie, digging yourself deeper into a deeper hole. So the best is just go ahead and just tell the truth and let it stand right there. You might get in trouble for it at times, but at least it was told. And it won't be as bad as telling a lie. But telling a lie make it even worse.
And this should set you free.
Or get you in jail. Or get you in jail. That's what the truth does. Set you free or get you put in jail. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 7, verse 12.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 12. Devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like to the Salakia. Neither do the like to thy friend.
See that? Don't plan no lies against your brother, especially on your friends. Because one day you're going to need them. And then on top of that, too, it's wrong. Why'd you want to sit there and think it was a lie to get your brother in trouble or one of your friends? Especially knowing that it's going to come back and haunt you in the end. And worse, do you even more damage in the end. And trust me, a lot of times, I think a few times I've seen this happen before. And the outcome wasn't good. The outcome was not good. But people take this stuff right here very, very serious, especially false accusations. False accusations that got a lot of people in jail. Matter of fact, another true story. Look at George Steinme Jr. The little young kid was only 13 years old. And because what some light was on little white, lily white devil untold on him. He's the first of our people that got executed at 13 years old. Even just thinking about it still boils my blood. I'm like, damn, man, just because somebody told a lie on a white broad on top of that. And that little kid got put to death. Same with who? Emmett Till. The same with Emmett Till. And what they did, his body so bold. And it was worse than that broad something made a book about it, even admitted that she lied. And then got paid off of it. They should have gave her money to his family members that was left. But we know Esau ain't gonna do that. And y'all brothers got something to add to that?
Lie.
All right. Now let's jump down to fornications. Tomorrow, that's gonna be it. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13.
What verse?
6 verse 13.
Oh, 6 verse 13. Salakia.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 13. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body.
Hold it right there. Not just only this goes into physical fornication, but also goes to spiritual fornication as well. But when you sit up here like bad hopping with so many, like for example, a man going here bad hopping with a female, That's when you get those sexually transmitted demons. You're gonna keep picking up characteristics of each female he banged. Same with a woman. Same thing with a woman. Every dude she done had sex with, she picking up them characteristics as well. Different spirits and different energies, man. That's why you gotta be careful with having sex with so many people. That's why it's best to just go ahead and just get married and have sex with that one person. Because the more people you have sex with, the more you are dealing with. And can't nobody say this ain't true. I go to verse 18.
Verse 18. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
Because you know why? No, that's it. Because when you sit up here and commit fornication, and this right here is the temple of the Most High God, you sin against Him and yourself, because you're defiling yourself. So you gotta be therefore don't do it. The Most High loves the Most High loves is a very clean temple. So keep your temple clean. Another thing too, if you sit up here doing idolatry out here, I advise you to stop it. That's another type of spiritual fornication. You bound on the idols. It's nothing but demon worship. All right, let's go to the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 7. Jude, verse 7. Shoot.
Yeah, I know what you meant. It's the book of Jude, chapter. Me saying it. It's the book of Jude in verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh.
Right there. Giving themselves over to fornication, like, man, they don't care about their bodies. They just trying to here and there and having sex with anybody. Hey, keep reading.
And going after strange flesh are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Hey, let me tell y'all where y'all see this at very, very well. I'm gonna say it like this: do not go to Mardi Gras. Right, that's where you're gonna see a lot of this at. Believe me when I tell you. When I was out there in the world, and I was in Louisiana, I went a few times, and I know what goes on down there. I done been out Bourbon Street. I done been by the projects where they have all the parades at and everything. Shit, it's wicked down there. At that time, yeah, I admit when I was in the world, it was fun to me, but now when I look back on it, it's like, wow, I can't believe I was actually involved in all that. Yeah, and I admit I regret it. But all praise to the Most High, man. You open my eyes up and I'm delivered from all that. I won't even, I'll never even go again. But that concludes this lesson because this is going to show how one thing can lead to another. All that was explained in Matthew 15, verse 18 through 20. Evil thoughts, murders, lusting, lying, fornications, and even thefts. That's the whole point of this lesson, showing you that one sin can lead to another sin to another sin. To a point you might even do a sin to a point where you ain't gonna be forgiven for, and the Most High is going to take you out. Anybody got something to add on to this? But that's the end of the lesson.
Nah, not at all. Just like in that verse 7 in Jude, you know, when it's talking about that strange flesh, that's, you know, what like I was saying earlier, man, the Sodom and Gomorrah world, man. Like what you was also saying, like, man, women may not have the same body part. A man that's portraying to be a woman got the same body part as you. That's that strange flesh, man. Like that's some strange thing that's going on right now in the world, man. So, like you said, man, this lesson is definitely is a lookout, man, for the flesh. You know, a lot of our people, even in this truth, is still living that kind of lifestyle in low key. Like you never know what people was really going through low key. You don't, especially if they're past. Because one thing about your past is it's there, but you know how to maintain it through the law, statutes, and commandments. So when you're thinking about these things, man, your flesh is connected to so much in the world that it grew in you from the time you were when you was a child. It only thing is that like when you go out there and you cutting the grass and you pluck up the weeds when you can't get when your lawnmower can't get to, and you pluck that root out the ground, that weed, and then you don't mess with that weed at all. But like a week later, that weed is growing back. You know what I'm saying? Just because you plucked it out, it doesn't mean that it's not going to come back. It's the same thing in the flesh. That these things will still come back. Is now we just have self-control through the laws. That's it. So, hey, I just say, hey, I commend you on your lesson, brother, man. Good lesson.
Water, water.
Likewise, man. All praise to the Most High. Great lesson. I had I don't know if y'all seen me cut out. I was hoping and praying the daggone phone. My phone ended up dying, and I had to hurry up. I ran upstairs to grab a charger. But all praises that the lesson didn't cut out. And it was able to keep going. Hopefully it edify, you know what I'm saying, whoever on now and whoever may see it later. You know what I'm saying? With all praise to the Most High, great lesson, not.
Water, water. All praise to the Most High.
Well, as that being said, if you all said, brother, I'm gonna get back to the household, man. Shalawam. Lord willing, I see y'all brothers tomorrow, man. We get it in and be ready for this war, man. And let's boast up. Let's boast the word for the Most High, man. Let's get it in.
All praise, man. See y'all brothers, man. You already know the spot, the time, things of that nature, man. Y'all brothers have a good night, brothers and sisters that's still on here. Y'all have a good night. You know what I'm saying? It's the Sabbath to get some rest, you know, and hey, we right back at it tomorrow. Or later on, I should say. Not tomorrow.
Peace, love, and blessings to all the 12 tribes scattered abroad.
Shalawam. Y'all about some y'all shall right.
Shalawam. Y'all about some y'all shabrakatah.
Hey, shalom, shalom.
Hey, Shalom family. Good lesson, kid.
Water.